1, 2, 3. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Be Uplifted. Pew, pew, pew. No fancy noise?
No, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. Hi, guys. It's been a while.
Yep.
How have you guys been?
Living. Breathing. Same old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for being patient with me. So we haven't filmed in a long time, probably last couple of months, because I've been really busy with work and life and things. And these guys are super patient with me and my flakiness. So thank you guys for that. And then they're so good to me that whenever I'm ready, they're ready.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, these are the dates. And they're like, okay, we're there. I don't even have to convince them not to hate me for not doing it for a couple of months. So I really appreciate you guys, by the way. Don't me.
We didn't reply right away, by the way. Took me a while to go. Let's move.
I did notice that. I was like, they're mad at me because they didn't reply right away. That's usually me.
No, I meant to reply right away. Then I got busy.
But in context, well, I don't think that's the right word. In our defense,
you don't need to have defense.
Our reply time still was faster
than your time,
than my time ever, and I'm never gonna deny that because it's true.
And a reply is better than never.
I don't never reply. I just take a long time to reply.
Yeah. Quick tip, guys: if you still expect her to reply, you're not ghosted.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Last time I texted Ari, I looked at the thing. You know, it shows you your text. It said, "Happy birthday, Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year," and then she replied, "Thanks."
That is a lie. Shut the fuck up. So at least, okay, for those listening, all of you motherfuckers that give me a hard time, see, it's not personal. At least they can attest to that. It's really not.
She hates everyone.
I disregard everyone equally.
Listen, every couple of episodes, we have to do this explanation. I think people that are listening already know that.
Yeah. So then why are you still fucking harping on it? Exactly. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Right. Anyways, so today's topic is, I don't have a title for it yet, but
we'll come up with
one. So what I wanted to do today, I thought it would be fun to do a live blind reactions to some, have you guys ever heard of the Am I the Asshole?
Yes.
That, and then also Am I Overreacting? Have you heard those?
I've heard of that. In fact, we actually had was it Ida? AITA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had a Ida moment with Rich and intern number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it before we do? Let's hear a personal story.
No, that involves somebody that can't talk.
Yes.
Or defend themselves.
Okay.
So I'll tell you.
You're gonna skip. Okay, after.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and
some
then
behind
you
the
tell
scene
me
shit.
What if we ever have a Patreon, it will go on there.
Yes, we should have that actually.
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys ready? So
yes.
I sent a bunch to myself, and this is going to be a genuine blind reaction from all of us because I kind of just started sending a bunch to myself so we would all have a genuine reaction. So I didn't pre-read any of these or screen them or anything like that.
Okay.
All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, number 1. Ida. I really need some help with the situation below because I honestly don't know if I did the right thing or I did something wrong. My parents came to visit me and my husband in the Middle East as we recently moved here. My father has always been a strange and unpredictable person, but I tried to put that aside and still invited him and my mother to stay with us. When we were kids, he used to scream at us, insult us, and sometimes be emotionally abusive. I've always believed he might have some sort of bipolar disorder, although he's never been diagnosed. Later, I took them on a walk. My mom asked me to take a picture of them together, but he refused to be in the photo. Started walking about 30 steps ahead of us and completely stopped talking to us. We sat on a bench for a while, then he disappeared for about 20 minutes. When he came back, he stood about 20 steps away from us, and I still wouldn't speak or come near. Or he still wouldn't speak or come near. We decided to leave and looked around for him, but we couldn't find him. We eventually left the place as we were under the impression he knows how to come back. He did not have his phone, watch, or any money with him. My husband and I went looking for him and couldn't find him anywhere. This kind of behavior isn't new. He used to do the same thing when we were kids. We were always walking on eggshells depending on whether he was in a good or bad mood. I still remember once in the middle of the winter, he got furious because my mom accidentally hit a curb with a car he bought her. He started hitting her. I screamed at him, and he got so angry that he walked off for over an hour in the freezing weather. When he came back, he didn't speak to us for days. After being gone for hours today, we received a phone call from a random person who said my dad had approached her because they spoke a similar language and he told her he was lost. My husband and I went to pick him up. The lady told us he had said he was lost, but when he got in the car, he didn't say a single word to us. He walked straight into the house, went to his room, and later texted my sister saying he wants to return home as soon as possible. He came out of the guest room and said I should be ashamed of myself, and this is where I lost my cool. I started losing my shit and told him everything. I spent a lot of money on their trip, and this is the behavior I get in return. I asked my mom to stay behind, but I have a feeling he told her that maybe she isn't allowed to return back home if she doesn't leave with him in the morning. I thought that as he got older, he might realize things and change. Am I the asshole for changing their flights, or should I have left him to do what he wants in my home?
No.
I don't think that who's the person telling you the story, a guy or girl?
The girl.
Yeah, I don't think that she's the bad person in this.
Why?
Because he's a jerkhead poopy face.
So because the dad is an asshole, she has the right to send them home.
Yep.
Yeah, and
100%.
Okay, I do have to say this. Ari came in just killing it. She looks great. And I never watched her read before. Her lips are really, really sexy when she
Thank you.
like I kinda stopped listening for a little bit.
Oh, thanks. So now you don't know the rest of the story. You're just like
No, I caught snippets of I think the important parts, and by important the ones that I heard. And yeah, I think that I think that she's super justified.
How do you guys feel about that in regards to like our culture, right? So just to kind of talk about it a little bit, how in our culture there's a big stress on respect your elders. That's just how they are, things like that. What are your thoughts?
Shoot, I didn't think of it that way.
There's always a fine line between courtesy and respect, I think.
Elaborate.
I think that, respect is earned, but I would give any adults, especially the adults in my family, the courtesy as far as, like the being courteous, I guess, like saying hello, saying good night, saying hi, whatever, like the standard
Common courtesy.
But I think a lot of people, they mistake respect and courtesy.
So if you could define the difference, like if someone would say, so what's the difference between courtesy and respect?
I think respect is more like there is actually like I guess there's more like a tangible kind of admiration.
Okay.
And
So you think it's more than courtesy? Respect is above courtesy.
oh yeah, it's way more than courtesy. It's respect is merely like, oh, for instance, you're my grandma, so I'm gonna say hi, hello, treat you as my grandma. But if you treat me different or a certain way, then I might not have respect for you, but I will give you that common courtesy.
Okay.
Can I say that, but in smaller words so that I can understand? Because I think I know what you're saying, but I don't think I understand it. I think to me, the way that I understood it was respect is something that you're earning. So like it's from one single person's point of view, you'll get that respect when you earn it from me. But courtesy is based on my upbringing and my beliefs, and that's something that I give external. So it's external for courtesy, and internal for respect, is what I think that means.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense to me too. It's almost like courtesy or common courtesy is something that's kind of like freely given to people because you have you're a good person, and then respect is like something that is like deeper and more cherished that you give to people that are deserving of it.
Yeah,
is that right?
And when I originally answered that, I was thinking more of the respect aspect, but then I didn't. In today's culture, there's a lot of respect that you think about and you look at it from that point of view. But then I do realize that courtesy in the cultural upbringing that I had is I automatically give my elders that respect because of courtesy. And sometimes, because of their upbringing and their past life and everything like that, they may not be able to act accordingly in particular situations. And I've been a lot more forgiving to them than if I were to see somebody my age doing that.
Yeah.
So still the jerk head,
Poopy face.
yeah, on the dad's part, and I still don't disagree with her, but I'm less inclined to just, yeah.
I agree with that. That's why I think it's kind of like I asked that question because I'm like, I've seen a lot of shit that I probably don't agree with in our culture, or even have been treated certain ways by elders in our culture or my family, and I'm kind of just like, well, I can't say nothing because they're my auntie or my uncle or you know something like that.
In this case, it goes well beyond culture. I mean, you have your own life, you have your own family. You also have a husband that might not necessarily be part of that culture that you have to think about, and it's like it's disrespectful to your own household.
Yeah, that's true.
It's disrespectful to the point where if your dad is acting up that way and it's disturbing your peace, dude gotta go.
Okay, so that's a good question. So how about say like there was an issue between your significant other and your mom per se, right? And your mom was in the wrong. Are you the type that because you respect your mom so much, okay, so here's an example. I saw this video of this woman getting into the car and the mother-in-law was visiting, right? And mother-in-law was like, you need to sit in the back of the car, and the woman was like, no, I'm not sitting in the back of the car. Like, that's I always sit in the front with my husband, And long story short, husband let mom sit in the front and kind of like rudely disrespect his wife. And he was like, well, it's my mom. Like, my mom is always going to come first and I'm always going to respect her over any other woman. And the wife and him got in a big fight because she was like, but I am your wife, How do you feel about something like that?
Nope. Your mom might be important, but they're not as important as your current wife. It's a different type of importance.
So you think that takes precedence once you are married, if your mom is in the wrong?
Of course. I mean, if my mom, I'll tell there's always a way to first have a fucking backbone. Like this is your wife, the one you have to sleep next to every single night for the rest of your life, hopefully.
Yeah.
If you didn't fuck it up, which you probably did.
Yeah.
you have a backbone. Go, no, mom, she sits in the front. Well, mom, it's either you sit in the back or we'll get you an Uber to my house. That's just in the whole my mom's the most important thing. Okay. Did you grow up without a dad or something?
What about you, Vince? What's your thoughts on that?
Can you say the point of views again? Like who did what and whatever?
So basically, the mom wanted to sit in the front seat because she was visiting, right, in town. And the wife basically said, respectfully, in the video that I was watching, or the way that she explained it, rather, was basically saying, I respectfully told her, no, I usually sit in the front. You can, you can sit in the back, whatnot. And the son basically told the wife, you need to sit in the back because my mom comes first. And, if what she says goes, basically.
I think the argument that they're focusing on is who's right, the mom or the wife.
Right.
But I think that the ultimate is the husband or the son.
Yep.
Makes the decision.
Yeah.
So if in a hierarchy, if he values his mom more than his wife, which is not, there's no shade towards that, then he should have that deciding decision or whatever, and they shouldn't argue with it. And on the flip side, if he values or he respects his wife more than his mom, I think that they shouldn't have argued with it. So ultimately, I think that the girls are both in the wrong because they didn't give him the respect to make that decision.
No, well, see, the thing is, the problem.
Well, look, he's the driver.
No, the problem is that you're saying if he values his mom over his wife, there's no shame in that. There's fucking ultimate shame. You're telling me that the woman you chose to be with for the rest of your life is going to play second fiddle to your mom?
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that are religious and they put God above everybody else because of the sacrifices that Jesus made. And at the same token, all of the sacrifices that your mom made may outweigh all of the things that your wife has done for you. It's all in perspective. They're both right. They can both disagree and still be right. But what I'm saying is that, like, if I were to,
So in that case, what would you choose, mom or wife?
I'll choose my mom because my wife is non-existent. So,
No,
Okay.
but no,
I'm
straight
just
up
saying
though.
my mom sits in the back. Like,
See, for me, my mom sits in the front.
Okay. Interesting. Two different perspectives.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. I've seen. I think my perspective is obviously based on my experience, right? And I have seen a whole ass marriage, my parents, where my dad didn't have a backbone and he literally let his mom like run the show and treated my mom very badly, things like that. And it was because he didn't have a backbone, as you said, you know?
Yeah.
So that's almost why a lot of women I feel steer away from mama's boys,
Yeah.
you know, but because there's the fine line between a mama's boy where it's like unhealthy and she's a meddler and she's always in the business, and a mama's boy that's like healthy, like just like loves and respects his mom.
Yeah,
you know?
I get where Vince is coming from.
Yeah, I don't
To-
disagree
totally.
with Rich.
But the-
I
but the
agree
pro-
with him.
But the problem is that when you do that, you open the door for your wife to now play second fiddle all
the time. Yeah.
But okay, in this scenario, what was their? Why were they all together?
The mom was
The
visiting.
mom was visiting and they were
If
just
the mom
going
is
somewhere.
visiting, then what if I want to talk to my mom? I want her right next to me, not behind me.
But she wasn't okay. So I guess I should elaborate on that too. She wasn't visiting like from out of town. She just was visiting like for the week. Like she came over. You know.
Oh,
like,
if that's so, everything's situational. If that's the case, mom's sitting in the back because for one, I see her a lot. Two, I hold my wife's hand or a significant other or whatever. I hold her hand while I drive. And three, we might have kids. That's quality time that she's spending with her grandkid.
yeah.
Yeah. So again, I agree with Rich. I just in the context that I understood it, I just make my choice differently. You know,
So if she
I
was
haven't-
visiting from out of town, you would choose mom.
Oh yeah, 100%. If it's not so much if she was visiting from out of town, but if I only see her once a month, and if we have a good relationship, we would talk about things, then yeah, she's sitting in the front.
No, but there was already a conflict to begin with. So it's already something. It's a pre-existing battle between the mom
Yeah.
and the wife. The minute that the mom says, "No, I'm sitting in the front seat," she's already kind of like laying the ground rules
Yeah.
to how she should be treated.
Well, in that particular case, and my bad for not paying attention, but in that particular case, yeah, I side with the girl because you don't tell her what to do, and that goes both ways. If my girl disrespects my mom, you don't tell her what to do. You're sitting in the back. If my mom disrespects my girl, you don't tell her what to do. You're sitting in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's also a lot of context that's missing. Like I said, there could be conflict, but if it's just one time, just, to avoid it, hop in the back, fucking swallow your pride or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it continuously happens, then you're like, and
at
it's-
that point, you have to
other-
choose the less of two evils.
yeah.
Yeah.
But also if there's things that are predating that, like, he's a mama's boy and everything he does.
I think that's what it
everything-
was.
Everything
that's the,
his mom
that's the
says
vibe.
he does.
Yeah.
That's the vibe, right? But that's the vibe I'm feeling. Like
Right.
he can't say no to his
Right,
mom.
exactly. That was kind of when like I said, I just told you the story in a nutshell, but when you watch the whole thing, that's definitely the tone of what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you chose your wife for a reason, and she is now queen of that household,
Yeah.
not your mom. No matter how much you love your mom, and trust me, I love my mom, but at the end of the day, There's that's somebody I'm sleeping next to.
Yeah. It's true. She's sucking your D. No, I'm just kidding. You gotta make nice with that one. Okay, next one. Am I the asshole for exposing myself to my mother-in-law? You guys ready for this one?
Okay.
The truth of the matter is that I don't actually care if anyone thinks I'm an ass or for what I did, because it accomplished exactly what I wanted. I, a 35-year-old female, have very nosy mother-in-law who thinks she can walk into my house. Oh, what a nice segue. I didn't even do that on purpose. A very nosy mother-in-law who thinks she can walk into my house any time of day or night. Shortly after moving into our house, my mother-in-law rented the house next door and liked to sneak into our house late in the evening or in the middle of the night to hold our newborn. She doesn't knock or ask now that I have a baby who has her nights and days mixed up, and I'm all hours of the night with the baby whenever my mother-in-law decides to stay home. I get that she thinks she's doing us a favor by taking the night shift, quote unquote, with the baby, but she actually wakes the baby up to hold her. So I was sitting on the couch bemoaning the fact one evening to my husband that his mother needed to learn boundaries. I joked around that it would be hilarious if she one day came in unannounced and I walked in on us making out or something even worse. Right then, I heard footsteps outside the house and she said, "Just watch. That's probably her right now." My hubby says to me, "Quick, take off your shirt." I comply. He whips off his shirt, throws a big blanket around us so that it covers our pants, and wraps his arms around me in an embrace. When the front door pops open, we both shriek and pull out the blanket up to cover ourselves. Her face was priceless. It took her a few moments for her brain to register what she was seeing. Then she whirled around, slammed the door shut behind her, and practically ran down the sidewalk next to our house. Since that day, she always calls first to make sure it's safe to come over. Was I an asshole?
No, I think that was a great plan.
I like that the husband was on board,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Brilliant.
He was, but where was he before? But let's move on because that was good. He worked, and now mom fucking knocks. But I think.
What do you guys think about the fact that she would come over unannounced in the middle of the night and stuff like that? How do you guys feel about that?
I feel as though there's things called locks that are invented.
Yeah.
But she has a key.
Why would she have the key?
Because so you're basically giving her...
You're giving her the right, you're giving her access. It's like, here's the key.
My mother-in-house rented the house next door.
Yes.
That's also crazy.
Mm.
I mean, people just want to be close to their grandkids, whatever. It doesn't. But I'm saying the minute you give that person the key, you're giving them the authority, not the authority, but the right or whatever to walk in at any given time.
Not really. I mean, like you
Well,
can give
if
somebody a key and then
If you don't explicitly say,
yeah,
this is for emergencies only, mom.
Yeah, I have a few people have the key to my house. I want to say like 3 people. And they all don't just come over. They still ask beforehand. So that's true.
Yeah. So that was creative. I like that.
Yeah.
I like how you
Good
solved
job.
that problem.
Hold on,
You're
I'll be
not the. By the way, if we do start a Patreon, I did record the lips.
Shut
and
up.
it has,
Did you really?
And it has the boobs too.
Oh my God. You're good at filming. You made me look good there. Nice. I wish I really looked like
the
that.
lips and the boobs. Telling you,
My boobs look good in that.
her
in that
boobs are
thing,
boobing.
too.
Yep.
They're boobing right now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So are we gonna do an intermission because Rich?
Yeah.
So you don't have to read it twice, or do you just want more content and I'll just record you?
No, that's okay. So
can do
have you
angles.
been?
Been doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the fake girlfriend?
I don't think we're doing that anymore.
Oh. Is she full blown in that relationship now?
Think so, but I don't want to find out. So it's just like,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. That was fast.
There's
I
another.
didn't wash my hands too.
I know. That's what you always do. It's fine. Okay. Let's see. Where was I at? Okay, this one.
So yeah, Patreon guys, let us know if you want to see that video.
Okay. Am I overreacting? My wife grinded against her close married male friend at a party and he smacked her ass. I'm in my 30s and her 40s. We've been together for 3 years. She's the outgoing, social free spirit type, and I'm the reserved non-drinker type. At home, 99% of the time, things are amazing. Over the years, we butted heads on things that I thought crossed an obvious line and she disagreed. Said I was being too judgmental or that's on you. It made me anxious in social settings because I felt like I never knew what she was going to do next. It felt unhinged. However, the majority of them were in the first year and we moved past most of them. But on the rare occasion something new comes up, it's like a trigger to her at this point. Anyways, we went to an outdoor Halloween party 2 weeks ago. DJ in the driveway. Mostly everyone in this big friend group goes way back. A couple are my cousins. I was mostly in the garage watching the World Series, not SeaWorld, the World Series, or talking to people. At one point, I looked outside and she was grinding her butt against her close male friend's crotch. His wife, who's an even closer friend, was right there and laughed. Then she put her hands on the floor and did it more. Then as she came off him, he smacked her ass. To me, it seems like common sense this crosses the line. It hit me hard mentally. I was like, what the fuck was that? We argued the rest of the night and her sis talked to both of us. She pushed me multiple times, alcohol involved, and degraded me on the drive home as being insecure. The next day, after lots of back and forth, she did say she won't do it again, but she insists she did nothing wrong and that I am overreacting, and that a few friends she talked to said the same thing. Stated how I ruined the night as I've done before. I'm not saying it came off from bad intentions, but that kind of thing feels totally inappropriate when you're married. I'd imagine the majority of men wouldn't be okay with this. It makes me feel like I can't trust her and like I'm the crazy one. She never takes accountability or has empathy for anything, which leaves me feeling hopeless. Instead of just recognizing what she did hurt me, she's mostly been trying to justify it by using some of her friends' opinions to bully her way into convincing me that she's right and I'm wrong. That doesn't fix anything. It just pushes me away. Am I overreacting?
No.
That's a good question. So I feel like I'm very affectionate with my male friends. And I'm very blessed to be in a relationship that's not a jealous relationship. So what is your guys' opinion on the appropriateness of that interaction or not appropriate?
I mean, it's if it's not appropriate to your partner, then it's not appropriate.
Yeah.
You have to respect your respect your partner. And
so it's not necessarily if it's right or wrong, it's what your partner feels is what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to respect exactly how he feels.
Well, the question is he overreacting? What did he do that ruined the party?
He got upset.
You can get upset without ruining a party.
But
Like, what was it that he did?
He's saying that the once he complained, he ruined, quote unquote, you ruined our vibe because now you guys are fighting and now friends are involved and everybody's now talking about it as opposed to grinding on each other.
Yeah, like for example, if like I got in a fight with Anthony in the middle of, and it was like everyone was having a good time or something. Like it ruined the vibe, basically.
Oh, okay. I'll do my best to deal with it later.
Do you think that is inappropriate though? Which
I think
like,
that it was very inappropriate,
Okay.
and I think that she should be held accountable for disrespecting the relationship that way. But at the same time, knowing, like being socially conscious of how the friend group was before and stuff like that, I don't think that I would have brought it up until we were able to talk one-on-one about it. Because like if I let's face it, if I ever date somebody again, she's probably gonna be a stripper. I'm going to have, moments like this where she might do something that I'm a little bit uncomfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if she's with her coworkers or if we're with friends and we're all having a good time, I'll do my best to consciously not ruin the party. Because I can understand how that can be a buzzkill. But I don't think that it should go unpunished.
Okay, but I guess my question is do you feel like it's inappropriate? Like, what are your standards in a
Oh
relationship?
yeah, that's inappropriate.
So, like, say
yeah.
I was your girlfriend and I was jokingly twerking on Rich. You feel like that's inappropriate?
Well, it's Rich. Okay, so no, because we have that understanding that we're just having a good time. I know you're coming home with me.
So that
But
was her reasoning with her friends.
Yes, but we have that understanding. There's 4 parts in a relationship, right? There's you both agree on something. One person sees it one way, one person sees it another way, and then both of you guys see it wrong. So there's a 25% chance that you're going to be okay with everything. Does that make sense? It's not it's not one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, it's either right or wrong. No, you have 1/4 of a chance. And when it comes to something like that, out of respect, always just do what isn't, or what you think is going to be right. You know what I'm saying? So in our scenario, the way that we are, or would be, or could be, I wouldn't mind it. Now, if it was a stranger, somebody that I've never seen before, if it's somebody that you may have had a past with, or somebody that I've told you
Makes you uncomfortable.
yeah, then best believe we're gonna have words later. But I'm also gonna just be like, okay.
What about you, Kuya? What's your kind of standard? Would you consider that not okay? Like, say Leia started jokingly grinding up on Vince. Would you be like, what the fuck? Like, that's totally inappropriate?
Oh, he knows I'll run away. I don't even hug her.
Or are you the type that's like him, where it's more context and who it is and it depends and things like that?
That question's not fair, because his significant other is very reserved. She's very I don't want to say proper, because I don't want her to sound like she's no fun, because she's a lot of fun, but she's very respectful. You know? You, on the other hand, are trash whore. But we know this going into it, so
the thing is that I don't think the grinding was the problem. It's that smack in the ass after. Right? Because grinding could just be like dance moves forever,
Yeah.
right? But the minute he smacks your ass, it's completely different story.
what if Akon was playing though?
Smack that.
I'm trying to think how it would be.
He doesn't care because he was fucking watching the World Series where the DJ was in the fucking driveway.
Yeah.
But he did care.
I know,
But yeah.
yeah.
So I'm trying to think, like, has anyone smacked my ass in front of Anthony? I'm trying to think. And
He wouldn't feel right if I did it.
Yeah, I
I'll tell
think that you would encourage it if I did it.
You can be grinding on me like, yeah, and it'd be kind of cool, and then I'd start smacking you in the completely. Tilts the fucking conversation immediately.
you think he would get upset? Is that what you're saying?
I think he'd be uncomfortable.
I also think it's okay.
Well, see, if I think this, if I did it, he'd be like, use both hands.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it also depends on, like, I guess the way, like, even if it was you, like, if you just kind of like funny joking, like you would do like a friend in the locker room, like, type of thing, he'd probably be like, yeah, whatever, that's funny. My wife is, she's like affectionate like that. Her friends are funny like that. I know there's no intention behind it, but if it was then he might be uncomfortable. So that's kind of why
but you're looking at it. I guess he doesn't. It'd be different because you're thinking of it from Anthony's point of view, which might not necessarily be like. You'd probably be drunk enough to go, fucking get the other cheek too.
Yeah.
But we're talking about another guy with more reserved kind of guy.
Yeah.
So it's
I know that we're talking about it like within our own perspectives, right? So that's why I'm thinking about it like that. That's why. So for you, you would think it's completely inappropriate, no matter what. The smack in the ass.
Okay, so let's say intern number 2 was grinding on somebody. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. But then then they smack her in the ass. I'd be like, what the fuck was that? I personally would be like,
Yeah.
you've crossed the line.
So that's the line. is the ass smacking.
Yeah,
Because dancing can be playful, but ass smacking is more intimate.
Yeah, it becomes more like you're now reaching over. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like what if I came?
What if she sat in a guy's lap? Would that bother you?
No, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Interesting. Okay. What about you?
I'd sit on his lap.
No, would you consider it inappropriate, like, for your girlfriend or significant other to sit in a guy's lap?
Yeah, 100%. Unless she's making money.
Okay.
In a thong.
Dang, I've been really, really dysfunctional relationships then. Because, like, me and even my exes, like, maybe because I've always picked men that were not jealous and I'm not a jealous person, like, if we're all hanging out as friends, like, my friends would, like, sit on his lap or, like, but not doing anything
Have
gross.
any one of your exes cheated on you with your friends?
Just my first one.
Yeah, that probably started with a butt tap, though.
No, that started because I was very vocal about not having a problem with like a threesome.
But I always have this thing where it's like the minute you start touching each other, it starts breaking boundaries.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree with that. 100%.
So now like that butt tap can trigger different feelings.
Like, for example, Trini and my husband are very close, right?
Right.
Like, they'll hold hands sometimes. She'll sit in his lap sometimes. And I have no problem with that because I trust them both completely. Like, I trust Trini with my life, right? And Anthony knows that Trini sees him like a brother, you know? So it's like, I think that's why I have like a hard time, because there's certain people in my life where I'm very comfortable with them being affectionate with my husband. But then there's certain people where I'm like, oh,
that
that's
is also
really
a
weird.
little bit different because to some degree, every girl is bisexual, whether it's 1% or full on lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you're looking at it from the girl's point of view, whereas sometimes you guys just do that to tease the guy. Not tease him as in like, oh, you're going to get some later, but tease him as like, haha, you can never get this.
Because
You know
I
what I'm
imagine,
saying?
like, if we were all hanging out, like, drinking at the house, right? Obviously me and you never had that kind of relationship, so, like, that would be weird. But, like, me and you joke about sex shit all the time, and Anthony's, like, used to that, right?
Yeah.
If I were to, like, sit in your lap and just, like, be drinking a beer while talking to my husband, like, having a conversation, he probably wouldn't be bothered by that, you know? Just because
Oh, he'd be jealous. He'd be like, what are you doing in my seat?
he might say that, yeah.
Yep.
But then if a girl did that to him, which actually I've seen girls do that, it wouldn't really bother me either. So I guess I just have like a more open, my threshold is a little less or
Maybe.
more, or
Maybe
I don't know.
I just look at that like, what are you doing?
Like, it's different when it's like, for me, like, it's more inappropriate if you're like texting and making plans with my husband without me. But when it's in front of my face, like, it doesn't feel, I don't know. I just feel like it's like innocent, you know?
I don't know. Like intern number 2, she makes plans with her friends, like to go like paint night, you know. And I'm not really a big. I mean, I like going to those things, but I feel like
With male friends?
yeah. But
See, that's weird to
but
me. So
I
that's
like for me though, like okay, you can go hang out with some guy that's fucking paint by numbers, but Picasso's at home.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I like that.
Go hang out with him and go fucking paint by numbers, but
Yeah, that's also, I guess, also matters who too, because if I were to go to lunch with you by myself, Anthony wouldn't care. If I was go to, he wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Which we have hung out before alone.
Yeah.
And like, but if I were to hang out with a male friend that he was not also friends with, that would make him uncomfortable. He would be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is that? Like, why are you having lunch with homeboy, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess it's case by case. Like
But
you said.
There's also that difference where he's seen me with you before. He knows how we act
Yeah.
together, and he also knows how we act when we're alone.
Yeah.
So he knows that there's no
Weird shit.
Yeah, there's no, and at the same time, he also sees me when I'm alone and when I'm with a lot of girls and stuff. He sees me not hug them and like
Yeah.
how respectful and how scared I am of
yeah.
you know.
Which is consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think it's internal because if we were at, like, let's say even at your house and you were drinking, and Vince obviously doesn't drink, but let's say he was drinking too, and you were sitting on his lap, I myself would be like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
I'd feel uncomfortable for you too.
Would you say that out loud?
I wouldn't, because I would understand it, but my initial feelings would be like, the hell's going on?
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
I get that. And that's true too, because now that I think about it, like the further into mine and Anthony's relationship, like I used to do that a lot when I was younger, you know, but because we're married with like kids, it's very select few people that get the privilege of having that kind of affection, you know? So
yeah, but it's also like there's also other people there, and I feel like if I were to do it,
they'll perceive it in a weird way.
It's a disrespect to my significant other, because they're looking at her a different way now.
Mm-hmm.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I actually do agree with that, because like Trini and Anthony are very affectionate in front of me when it's like our circle of friends that know, like we all know each other, you know, like her ex-husband, me and him were very like affectionate, not affectionate in like a weird way, but like a brother-sister way.
Yeah.
But no one else saw that, because the same thing, we're like, well, we don't want people to fucking think there's some weird shit going on, you know? So I do get that. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Oops. Okay. Am I overreacting? My significant other ruined my birthday. Hello, last week was my birthday, and I pretty much spent the whole day by myself. So for context, my partner always asks me to pick everything from what we eat, what we do every day of the week. Sometimes I dread the days we have off because of it. It's honestly so exhausting. So with that being said, for the last month or so, I've been telling them I don't want to choose what I want to do on my birthday. I just want them to plan the day out, and it didn't have to be anything crazy. Now it's my birthday. The day started out bad. I told my partner I wanted to get a coffee, a freebie. After I got ready, it's about 10 a.m. at this point. I woke up around 8 a.m. My partner is still asleep and tells me to go by myself because they still have to get ready. So I go by myself. I come back. My partner is still showering. And when they get out, I ask what we're doing for the day. My partner asks me what I feel like doing. At this point, I'm upset. We go to eat lunch, which I picked the place again. We get back home. Then they go, they must call themselves they. Okay. And they go and lay in bed and doom scroll for about 30 minutes until I ask for the keys to go shopping by myself. I ask if they want to join, and my partner says no and stays in bed. So I go shopping by myself. When I get home, my partner is sleeping in, and it's about 6 p.m. at this point. My family cooked dinner for me, and it was ready at 7. So we go eat. We get home after the dinner, and my partner asks what I want to do with the rest of my birthday. I just went to bed and cried myself to sleep. So am I overreacting for being upset my partner didn't plan one thing? Should I have just told them what I wanted to do instead? Thoughts? Blind reaction.
Blind reaction.
All right. First off, you sound like you're Latina.
Why?
First of all,
Yeah.
get the fuck up and go get the coffee. I can understand sometimes when the guy's like, pick whatever you want, because the other person could be super fucking picky. You can run down a list of 12 things, and it's like, do you want tacos? No, not really. Do you want pizza? Not really. Do you want Chinese food? You know.
Yeah.
But
Also,
the first part is like, fuck. She was already said, let's go get coffee. Go get fucking coffee. Mm-hmm. You know, it's her birthday.
The fact that they said, go get it yourself, like go by yourself is
hell
wild.
yeah. No, do your thing, King. Sleep in. I'm gonna say that.
You don't know if it's a king or a queen.
No, I'm gonna label them right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go sleep in.
Yeah, sleep in. Do that. Because you know what? You probably worked your ass off so that you could fund this stupid ass birthday.
But he or she did not do anything.
They didn't plan it.
But
They didn't
would have
fund
funded
anything. Listen, and then she wants to go shopping. Go tag along. What? Just
So is she overreacting?
no.
I don't think so either.
it. Yes.
I feel
No.
like
Don't
she's-
weaponize crying.
I feel like shut up. I feel like she very specifically stated, all I want for my birthday is for you guys to plan something.
Yeah.
Well, all I
And
want
not
for my
have to
birthday is a
think.
GTR, but that's not happening. So you know what? Settle.
And Vince is still single, guys.
And Vince is the only single one left on the panel.
No, but you gotta also think about it this way. Like, what if this person, whether guy or girl, is very, very picky, and it's just a nightmare to plan something for them.
But like he said, she specifically said, I want to go shopping and I want to go get coffee. And he was like, go do that on your own.
Yeah. That's cool.
Would you do it?
Huh?
If you're living with somebody and
if I had a Korean girlfriend that was heir to the like Samsung throne, yes, I would take that daddy's credit card and be like, yeah, peace. I'm gonna go to Starbucks. Tell me if you want anything. On the way back, I'm gonna stop at like Louis Vuitton. And
but would you, as the man, do that if your girl came up to you and said, "Hey, for my birthday"?
Vince is talking shit, but he has a list already on his phone.
yeah,
You know he does. He's talking shit like now, like he's gonna do anything, but he's got it prepared. He's gonna wake up at 6 and yeah, he's gonna wake up in the mornings and know exactly what kind of coffee she wants.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's true,
right? Because he knows that he has the list on his phone.
So, disclaimer, and you should know this by now if you're an avid follower, but if you're not, Vince sounds like a dick, but he's an undercover romantic. Yeah, he's an undercover simp. That's right.
Yeah.
He is.
He's a camouflaged simp. But it's not simp in a bad way. I don't know why you guys, I think we defined that, right? Like the good simp, bad simp shit. I'm saying
I'm a boys to men simp.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Vince already knows that. He's going to have the coffee and the flowers ready.
Name somebody that you think I'm close to.
Named me?
Rich. Me. How about me?
No, I already know all of your stuff. No, a girl.
Bayan.
Bayan, let me see.
Bayan wants some alhamdulillah in the morning.
Fucking stop. You're going to get scammed.
Bayan's going to want some Turkish coffee.
That good coffee.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, I have no notes for Bayan.
Oh.
Okay.
Tadig tacos.
Bayan. How about shoot, I had a name in my head and I lost it.
Wait, maybe you shouldn't say the name.
Oh yeah, I know. Never mind that. So I'm reading these comments.
This is who I thought you were gonna say. I changed her name too, because
I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure if I should.
No.
See?
Wow, that's so cool. Do you have one of those for me?
No.
Damn.
We're not that special.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
We're not simpable.
So it says here, have you ever told them that you don't like this kind of burden and being forced to decide everything all the time? Have you ever communicated? And she says, yes, quite often actually, and they don't change.
Yeah, see, it's your fault for staying with them. It all boils down to your fault. Yeah, you're the problem.
Nah, just
amazing.
Listen, all that person they had to do was wake up and go get coffee. Go think of a nice restaurant, even at the fucking mall to go.
So consensus is you are not overreacting.
Yeah.
I think you are. Anytime you weaponize crying, you're overreacting.
But she didn't weaponize it. She cried herself to sleep when they were not. She didn't bother them.
She
with
didn't
her
cry
crying.
during an argument to weaponize crying.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be a lesbian relationship too. I never thought of it that way.
That's what I just
You're
said.
You're both toxic.
You're both.
Yeah.
Lesbian relationships. It's funny because I've had a lot of lesbian people tell me that, like, you think male-female relationships are toxic. Ours are the worst because it's two emotional beings, I'm like, and then I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
I have another.
It's like a relationship with no logic.
Mm-hmm.
It's all emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Okay. Am I overreacting for my boyfriend cuddling with a female friend? My female 26, female 26, boyfriend 27, has a female best friend coworker who he hangs out with often as she's now part of his friend group. I don't have any issues with that part whatsoever, and I didn't care that they spent a lot of one-on-one time together as well. However, we've discussed in the past that she's crossed boundaries, and when it comes to touching, trying to hold hands, grabbing shoulders when he's walking, hands on his thighs. Oh, see, that's weird. He said he's discussed boundaries with her, and it's been since resolved.
Nope.
I don't know how much I believe this since he told me he's talked to her about boundaries before, but I was
Lying.
grossly proven otherwise when meeting her for the first time. Witnessing their dynamic, I practically third wheeled them at a festival. Yep. I almost ended the relationship that night, but we talked it out. A few days ago, they were doing a movie night, and she came over to his place. I typically wouldn't care. However, his couch is very, very small. For 2 people to fit, you're practically cuddling. So for hours, they were binge watching shows together. Given their history and her nature, I think it's completely inappropriate, and I'm at my end with this. Mm-hmm. Am I overreacting for bringing this up to him or even ending the relationship now? Even if they aren't being sexually intimate, I feel like it's a borderline emotional affair, and I'm tired of wondering. Editing to say that I wouldn't have cared if they watched it somewhere else. Yes, I know they wanted to cuddle, if they wanted to cuddle, then they would. But his couch, you're practically on top of each other. At least other places, this is less likely.
End it.
Men and women don't become friends like that.
Agreed, 100%.
Men and women become friends when there's no possible way either one of them will sleep with each other.
Yeah, until that is a thing, there's always a little open, like a little, and it's so funny because I never believed that, and I remember my ex used to tell me that all the time, right? My ex that was also not very jealous. He did used to tell me because he knew I had a lot of male friends, and I was very affectionate with my male friends, and I would be like, oh, they don't want me. I'm like, they're homegirl, you know? And he's like, I'll tell you this right now. I may not be jealous, but I'm also not fucking stupid, you know? And he was like, what they're doing is keeping you in their back pocket, and the second you give them a green light, they're in for it, you know?
There's that test where the girl calls the best friend.
I've seen that, yeah.
And like, hey, and then to test to see if they're really friends or they jump at
they're
a
like,
chance.
oh, me and so broke up, and see how they reacted.
Don't use that for me because you'll fail that test, or you'll like I'll fail it. I don't know, but I'll just deny. Like if Bayan called me and she's like, hey, I feel lonely. Can I just come over? Like I'm working.
Yeah, you're such a liar.
No, I
Even
swear
come over. There's a couch right here.
I'll tell her, don't bother me.
I don't know.
Have to test it out one of these days.
Know.
I guarantee you I will pass that test.
Okay, there's someone in the comments. Here is what I'll say. I've been friends with dudes my whole life. I was that girl you would see hanging out with only guys. I also have girlfriends, but my main core group are a bunch of dudes for a long time. I would never, ever cuddle them, hold their hands, touch their thighs. That is not normal at all.
Yeah.
It's disrespect.
Yeah,
Disrespect to your significant other.
I agree.
You never hold hands, touch your thighs because there's nothing sexual there. You know you're not going to sleep with any one of them. But if there's a sliver and there's 2 of you and you're already best friends, you're opening the door, fucking Pandora's box.
That's literally the next step.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I was talking to my coworker. This reminds me of the story. And she's telling me, she's like, yeah, so I was with my homeboy and we've been friends for years. You know, she's like, we've been friends forever. And he's in the military, right? And she's like, you know, so every time he comes back to San Diego, we hang out, we visit, and, you know, we send each other text messages, whatever. She's like, yeah, so this last time he came, it was really weird. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, so the first, when we saw each other, he hugged me. And she's like, we usually give the side hugs like brother and sister, you know? He's like, but then he embraced me and like pulled me close. And she was like, okay. And so she thought that was kind of weird. And then they got in the car and he did the thigh thing, right? He put her, and she goes, what are you doing? Like that. She's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, no, I was just, you know, like, just seeing how you're doing. So long story short, he was doing what you said, like these little things, and it totally caught her off guard because she totally saw him as a friend, and that was the first time he had ever quote unquote made a move on her, but he was saying he wasn't making a move on her, but he totally was, wasn't he? Yeah. Right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Because he was, and then he was just like, no, and then he called her like pretty or something, like gave her a compliment that she was like, why are you being weird? You know, she's like, why are you being weird? He's like, I'm not, I'm just, you know,
Hey, but sometimes though, it's like you have these friends that just start off as friends, and then you could be somewhere and you start realizing that you're doing things that
couples
together
do.
that couples do, and you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that changes the whole dynamic.
It's true. Which is why it's dangerous to open Pandora's box if you're not trying to open it.
Yes.
That's true. That's good. That's a true point. All right. So,
Especially if her stripper name is Pandora.
so you are not overreacting.
Yeah.
That girl is completely after your man.
I
She
wouldn't.
is
I wouldn't.
so inappropriate.
I wouldn't doubt if they've already been sleeping.
I was just
together.
gonna say that. It definitely sounds like they're already fucking.
they're-
Like hardcore. This sounds like a case of War of the Roses.
Yeah.
You know, you need to send.
Yeah.
You need to send him one of those.
I missed that show.
I still no. It's
I
still
listen
on.
to that shit every morning.
I don't watch. I don't
I
listen
know
to
you don't,
radio.
listen, but I can't believe people still fall for it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. But you know what I think it is? I think it's because not a lot of people listen to the radio anymore.
Yeah.
You know? So it's
But
almost.
back then, when it was like, I would say like what 2005.
Yeah. I was like,
I was like, this is Julia from Random Jewelry. Roses down the street. We just opened a new promotion. I'm like, you crazy?
yeah. No, I always wondered that too. Do you think they call people from like out of state, maybe? Do you think?
That's a possibility.
Possibility, but
But then
Or
how do
out
those
of-
out of
out
state
of-
people get referred? I don't know.
out of the state, like basically, like if it's a San Diego station, they'd call Temecula.
Yeah, something
and
like
LA.
that. Maybe.
Maybe.
Because I always wondered how that works too.
You know, Temecula is within the state, right?
No, I'm saying, but within the vicinity of the radio station,
Okay.
it's its own state.
Am I overreacting?
Yes.
Me, a 25-year-old female, and my partner, a 29-year-old male, has this habit that really bothers me, and I perceive it as disrespectful. It's hard to articulate, but specifically when we're completing tasks together, if I do something quote-unquote wrong or not the most efficient way, rather than politely correcting me or guiding me, he'll just stare at me or the task until I get it.
Yep.
I've said to him, use your words if I'm doing something wrong, because it feels humiliating to be stared at like that, as if I'm slow or something.
Yeah, you are.
Sometimes after I say use your words or just tell me what you need to do, he'll say it really short and pointed and act like I should have known it already. Am I overreacting? This makes me feel hella slow. I brought it up to him multiple times before and have asked him to stop, but he just won't.
Bro, you deserve better.
What do you guys think?
Have you guys done this task numerous times? She should already know.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so here's the thing, and it I might have tried to sound funny earlier, but this is the genuine answer. I have people that I teach photography to.
yeah.
I don't tell them how to do anything. I let them learn with me. Same thing with DJing. I teach people how to DJ, but I don't tell them anything to do. I let them learn from me. So when you do something, I have this motto where everything is figure outable. So you should be able to figure something out. I'll help you, but you need to figure it out. Because if I tell you how to do something, you will only know how to do that one thing. But if you figure something out, you'll be able to troubleshoot multiple things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's more of a sense that I'm teaching you. Now, could you be more empathetic and stuff about it? Maybe, but who cares? The right answer is the right answer. You getting to it, me teaching you how to learn, is more important than me giving you the answer that you should be able to get.
So you think it is okay for him to give her these almost like, where's my drink, guys? Did I spill it? I thought I brought it over here. That's why I'm just sorry. I got worried that I spilled it or something. You think it's okay to kind of look at them in some type of way or make little?
Okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes, because women are so emotionally driven, they feel as though they are suddenly attacked and quote unquote disrespected when you give them
a look.
a harsh reality. I'm not saying it's happening, but I'm saying he could simply be like, "The fuck are you doing?" But that's
But
like-
what about if this goes back to what you were saying? If your partner has expressed that bothers her, are you not supposed to respect that?
yeah, I guess you would.
Yeah, but
I
there
do,
was
and thank you.
You would. Yeah. Okay, you would, but sometimes he just
To be fair, she might be overreacting.
no, to be fair, she might be just not smart.
yeah.
And it's just that continuously like he could be out of his fucking mind explaining to her how to replace the trash can liner properly.
But if we're going by what she says, right? So we don't know the context. We're just going by what she's stating, which is obviously probably less than what it is.
No, we're equal opportunists. We don't do the believe all women thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, stop it. Because hypothetically, if what she's saying is true, and it is just like a, like just she does tell him, like, just tell me what you want me to do, like a repetitive thing. Like, say it's not like I've taught her the same thing 3 times, she's saying like whenever there's something he wants me to do, he expects me to already know how to do it. Do you think that's fair?
If you've done it multiple times, yeah.
But if it's in the context that she's saying
it's the very first time she's ever trying to do whatever they're trying to do,
or whatever it is that he's expecting of her, whether it's like, I want you to close the door.
Yeah, they're just certain people that are just that are not adept at at teaching. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that are that knowledgeable or smart about certain things, and they unfairly expect everybody else to understand it at the same level they do, so they get frustrated,
right? And
then that frustration kind of blinds everything.
Like Rich will never teach me how to draw. He's just too good at it. And I know that how bad I am at it, it will just frustrate him for him to just teach it to me.
Yeah, I couldn't teach my daughter how to draw either.
Yeah.
She went to art class and I was like...
But I understand that.
Her mom was like,
cool.
Why don't you ever come over and teach her how to draw? And I go, because I can't teach her that.
Yeah.
I'm like, by the time I show her, she's now intimidated by it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the fears that I had. That's why I don't teach my daughter anything. I let her learn from me, and I make sure she's not going to die while she's learning it. You know what I mean? So she'll, like for DJing and stuff. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I let her learn it, but then I don't want to be like how my dad was my soccer coach, and he's all like, oh, you didn't score any goals. I was like, Dad, I was a goalie. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that belief. But at the same time, I bet that guy that was telling her to do something or letting her figure it out, he was also consciously making sure that she wasn't going to die trying.
Okay. But also, let me throw in a caveat.
We like caveats for discussion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you can't explain it properly and it's an ongoing process where you're just like frustrated and now pointing, that's a dick move too.
Yeah.
I get it when I can understand the frustration when you're trying to teach somebody something and in your head it's simple math, let's just say. Mm-hmm. But to them it's fucking trigonometry. Mm-hmm. I understand that frustration. But when you take it out on them, because that's what you're doing, is you're taking out that frustration on them, that's a dick move too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, trigonometry is simple. I mean, what's the hardest part of that? The Pythagorean theorem?
I don't know. I never took trigonometry.
Pronouncing that.
Just
I mean, I wasn't smart enough in school to get past algebra 2.
Well, what did you do for your freshman year?
Basic math.
Okay. So we'll do a couple more and then we'll end it. Okay. Am I the asshole for exposing my wife's affair with my brother by catching her sniffing his boxers on our wedding day? Wow. Let's hear this one. Okay. Yeah, you read that right. Buckle up. So last weekend was supposed to be the best day of my life. 31-year-old male was marrying my high school sweetheart. A 31-year-old male. A 31-year-old male, was marrying my high school sweetheart. Let's call her Lily, a 29-year-old female. After 8 years together, we'd been through everything: job losses, long distance, and even the loss of my mom. She was my person, or so I thought. The morning of the wedding, I was feeling nervous, but excited. The groomsmen and I were getting ready in the guest house at the venue. While the bridal party was in the main building, I realized I forgot my cufflinks in the main house. Rookie mistake. So I slipped over quietly to grab them, not wanting to make a big deal. When I walked into the room, I saw Lily standing by the dresser. At first, I thought she was just gathering her things. Then I noticed she was holding a pair of men's boxer briefs. Not just any pair, but my brother's, a 34-year-old male. I instantly recognized the waistband since we'd bought them together as a part of a gag gift. I watched in stunned silence as she brought them to her face and inhaled deeply. Like a long, slow, eyes closed sniff. She held them to her mouth, biting the fabric slightly, and I swear to God, I heard her whimper. I nearly puked. I blurted out, "What the hell are you doing?" She dropped the boxers like they were on fire and just stood there, trembling. I could tell she was about to cry, but I didn't give her the chance. I grabbed the underwear off the floor and stormed out. But here's where it gets worse. I went straight to my brother's room. His door was locked. When he opened it, his face turned pale, shirtless, hair messy, belt unbuckled, busted. I didn't even have to ask. The guilt was all over his face. I didn't call off the wedding right then and there. No, I'm not that rational. I went through with it. I walked down the aisle. I smiled for the photos. I kissed her at the altar. But when it came for the reception, speeches, I stood up, raised my glass, and said... The entire room fell dead silent. My dad knocked over his wine glass. My grandma gasped so hard I thought she was going to faint. Lily started crying. Oh, it doesn't say what he said. Dang. And my brother just sat there, red-faced, shaking. I downed my champagne, walked out, and drove straight to the bar. Now her family is saying I'm a vindictive asshole for humiliating her in public. My brother is begging me to talk, saying it was just a drunken mistake. I'm sorry, but you don't accidentally get your underwear sniffed by your sibling's fiance. My own family is mostly on my side, except for my mom's sister, who thinks I should have kept it private. So, am I the asshole for airing out my dirty and apparently sniffed laundry at my wedding?
You're an asshole for fucking sending a fake ass story.
What?
Look, here, this is the thing, though. If you look back at it, he
oh
said...
my God. First comment, you're an asshole for posting a fake story.
It's fucking so fake.
Look, this is how you know that it's his fault. First off, yeah, sounds fake. Second, this was your high school, supposedly, this was your high school sweetheart. She's seen you through all of these trials and tribulations where it's like, what was it, job loss, loss of his mother, and then now cheating. She's obviously bad luck. You shouldn't have stayed with her that long.
So say it wasn't a fake story.
I can't unsee it. It just don't. I walked in the guest room. First of all, why is your brother's boxers in a drawer in the guest room?
Wait, why are you also buying gag gifts, like underwear with your brother?
I mean, you do because it's like old timer or like Mr. Beans and whatever.
No,
Beans
they got
and rice.
matching ones, right?
Yeah, there could be like, you know, you go to Spencer's and you get the fucking stupid gag gifts, but the way you describe it's like she whiffs hard and let the fabric touch her, and then you walk down the road into another room and your brother's there.
So I think you misunderstood the story. So the story is they're about to get married. So they're in, like, you know, when you get married and say you're like at a venue, the grooms are in one place, the bridesmaids are in another place. So she was having sex with him in a room and she caught him sniffing his boxers after the fact.
Then why was he in another room with the door locked and he was still getting redressed?
Look, why nobody puts their boxers in a drawer?
Yeah, we all live out of we live out of a suitcase when we travel.
Looking in a drawer. Then
During the wedding, okay. Standing by no, she was standing next to the dresser.
Yes.
Gathering her things.
Yeah, and then what did she do?
And then she was, and then I noticed that she was holding a pair of boxer briefs.
You don't randomly just hold them.
Yeah,
you're right. Okay.
Yeah, and then like she brought them with her, right? If this is a true story, like she was in the bridal house or whatever.
Yeah.
What would his boxers be doing there?
Well, they're saying in the story that they had sex in that room.
The night before.
Then why was he getting dressed in the groomsman room or whatever?
Yeah, it just
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a blind read, obviously, and we're all in agreement that it doesn't make sense. So moving on.
Fucking stupid.
So I know that this is true in real life. This has happened because I watched a video of it. Someone recorded it and posted it, where a husband did expose his cheating wife at reception. What do you
Yeah.
guys think about that?
I think that that's stupid because you have to sign all of the paperwork before you get into the reception.
Yep.
What does that mean?
It means that you are legally married before you start the reception. Once the ceremony is over,
Oh, so you don't think it's worth all that trouble
No.
just to expose them, is what you're saying?
I feel like
I would have outed them at the I do part.
I would out him before I even start the fucking marriage certificate. Like what state do you live in? At that moment, you say I do. 50% of that shit goes to her.
Yeah.
Who's the smart one?
See, I would have done it
Yeah.
right
that's
when
true.
you're
I didn't
saying
think
the
about
vows.
that. Yeah.
I would have done when you're saying the vows because the best man has your ring and you have her ring. So you could take it back and just be like, change my mind.
Yeah, but even then, you got to sign the marriage certificate, and it's like you sometimes do that before the marriage, before the ceremony starts. So at that point, you're just giving away half of your shit for no reason, just so that you can
Make a
make a fucking speech
Scene
and
about
post it
it.
on TikTok.
No, you don't sign before.
Yeah, we signed ours before the marriage certificate.
No, we signed ours after.
I think I signed mine before also.
I signed mine before
I signed mine after.
because you have to apply for a marriage certificate at the state level, at the county. So you drove all the way to downtown over there by the riverfront.
Yeah.
And then we got the certificate, and then we got the certificate, and then right before the ceremony, everybody signed it. You sign it. The best man signs it.
The witnesses.
The
sign it.
witnesses, yeah.
See, because I remember specifically it was after because the officiant or the priest told us to stay so that we can all sign.
I guess there's different ways of doing
Yeah,
it.
there might be big. I mean, but I'm saying that depending on when you sign that, I'm not waiting until to expose them.
Yeah. In
Yeah, 'cause
conclusion,
it's more
don't
of a
get
headache
married.
after the fact for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Okay. So, am I the asshole for giving my friend her baby back? What the
What?
before I was supposed to? I'm genuinely struggling with this, so I'll take any honest, direct feedback I get. I, a 26-year-old female, am childless, which I think may be relevant here. My close friend, a 27-year-old female, her second baby, R, almost 4 months ago, and her first baby, T, about 7 years old, have been having trouble adjusting to his new sibling. She'd been feeling a lot of guilt around this, so I let her know that when she's comfortable, I'd be down to babysit R so that she could have some one-on-one time with T, the 7-year-old. She knows I have 12 siblings. I was literally born an aunt, so she's comfortable with this. She took me up on the offer on Halloween so she could take T trick-or-treating. She asked if I could keep R overnight, so she said T could take part in some tradition or other. I adore the baby, so of course I said yes. Halloween rolls around. A drops off R at my apartment around 4 p.m. and everything is fine. After about an hour, A FaceTimes me to check on the baby. Another 45 minutes go by. A FaceTimes me again. No problem. This baby is really young, so I totally get the anxiety. She continues to FaceTime me every 30 minutes to an hour, even while she takes T trick-or-treating. She'd get to a spot with no signal or Wi-Fi to call. And then the call would drop, and she'd call back until FaceTime stopped dropping the call. At some point, they finish up trick-or-treating and go to do their Halloween tradition. Whatever it is, it runs late. She's still wide awake and FaceTiming at around 10 p.m. when I'm getting ready for bed. I asked her if she just wants to bring R home. She insists that she doesn't want that. I let her know that both R and I are about to sleep, and I definitely start getting a little a-holy here. Maybe this would be a good time to finally focus on T. She continues to FaceTime every 30 minutes to an hour. I answer or call her back every single time. The last few calls, I try to break it to her gently that she's keeping both me and R awake, and he's already not a great sleeper. So it's getting a little rough, settling him back down after every call. She does not care. I finally get fed up at some point. A is clearly tired. R can't sleep because his mom won't stop calling. I put my phone on silent while I'm babysitting someone's newborn for obvious reasons, and I'm irritated. After we hang up the last time, I pack up R and his things, and I take him home. She's genuinely upset with me. I thought I was doing the right thing because she clearly was struggling being away from the baby. T was asleep by the time I dropped off R, so it's not like I disturbed their time. I don't have kids. Maybe that's why I can't gauge the issue, but someone please let me know if I'm the asshole for bringing the baby back home.
No, you're not. I don't think she's an asshole for bringing the baby back home. But she should have been like, stop calling. We're fine. If you call one more time, I'm bringing this baby home.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just have to you have to break it nicely. You're already frustrated and you're trying to fall asleep and you got a baby you're babysitting. There ain't no nicely about it. Just say, listen, bitch, if you fucking call me one more time, I'm taking this fucking baby back to your house since you miss it so much. So
you don't think her asking, would you like me to bring him back home, is stern enough? You think she needs to be more direct?
No, like, would you like me to bring? No, it's like, no, if you call me one more time, I'm bringing this baby home.
So she's not an asshole, but she is an asshole because she didn't make it clear?
No, she's not an asshole for bringing the baby home, but I just feel like she could have probably avoided it by just being a little bit more blunt and not like trying to tiptoe and be the nice person.
Yeah. What do you think, Vince?
I think she should have just blocked that girl's number.
I probably would have been pissed about that as a mom if someone blocked me, but I could totally see why she would drop the baby back home. I don't think she's an asshole either.
Well, I don't think that she's... Well, I actually do think that she is. Because there's things that she could have done to avoid it, which has been more stern, like what Rich was saying, and given that ultimatum. Now, if mom went against that ultimatum, then yeah, go drop the baby off at home. But she should have given that warning.
Yeah. So you agree with Rich that not an asshole, but definitely should have maybe been more blunt about it.
Yeah.
No, I think the fact that she didn't make those terms clear makes her the asshole.
Oh, so she is the asshole because the terms weren't clear.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Also, I feel like she did a disservice to the kid she's supposed to be spending the quality time with, Like,
Yeah.
she just, every 30 minutes, the kid would have been like, well, you're still giving the other baby a lot of attention if you're not actually paying attention to me. You're calling every 30 minutes or worrying about not having signal when you're not calling,
Yeah.
I think both of them suck.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is a fake story too, but that's okay. We'll just keep moving.
I don't think it's a fake story.
Why?
The other one was definitely a fake story.
It's Halloween though. It's like, why do you separate your kids on like a day meant to hang out with kids?
Yeah, you know how much more candy you could have gotten?
Well, because she said that the baby was really tiny, so I get that, and the other kid was feeling some type of way.
Yeah, but that's like sometimes push them in a stroller, and parents do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's like saying, I have my mom watch my other son, so I can spend Christmas with my other son.
Oh, you're saying because it's that particular holiday.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then they said that they do their Halloween tradition. It's like, what Halloween tradition does not involve your child?
Your other child.
Yeah.
Good point. I like that. Okay. Last one. Am I the asshole? I'm plotting to leave my family who's in need of me.
Okay.
I'm 18 years old and I'm a male. Ever since I turned 18, my life is going downhill. My mom had brain surgery because she has a tumor. It was a success, but now that she's doing absolutely nothing and laying all day as she's feeling unwell most of the time, not to mention, I don't notice, but she's gotten a lot more paranoid and slower mentally. Well, I do everything at the house, and I'm very bad at it, by the way. All the rooms are dirty. Besides that, there is my little brother who's 8, who's also autistic. He's really reactive and starts screaming or crying when something doesn't follow what he wants. And now, besides that, I'm rushing through job applications because we are now low on money, as my father decided that he won't give us a penny. And after some careful consideration, I decided that the moment I get employed, I'll save up money. After 2 to 3 months, I'm going to run away from the house to a friend who's living alone. I do feel out of place every time I'm having these close conversations with my mom when she says how we're supposed to stay together and help each other as a family and how it will get better soon. I blatantly lie every time and agree with her, but honestly, I don't feel too guilty for not loving her. I just never managed to truly connect with my parents or my siblings. While both parents and my brother do love me genuinely, so just like that, genuinely. But just like that, I do want to pack my things, take my dog with me, and never return. Block all their numbers, all platforms that connect me to the family, and live for myself. Feel free to judge me. I just think I need I just think maybe you guys can help me feel at least some guilt. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
I definitely feel like this guy's an asshole.
He's 18. It's unfair to put all that burden on him. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of us would think that, it's our it's our duty as a family member to do it, but you can expect everybody to think the same. But it's at 18 years old and your mom is slowly deteriorating in front of you. You have a brother that's autistic. You have an absentee father, from what it seems, that's unwilling to help. It's an unbelievable burden and stress to somebody.
I think this is fake too.
I feel like, he's answering all of the comments. So
well, yeah. So that also makes me believe that it's fake too, because with all of those things, it's what'd you call it? Click farming.
Clip farming.
Yeah, or I guess this is just like clickbait. Yeah, because that somebody this heinous is going to get people to disagree with them.
Either that, though, or they're actually just a cry for help.
I think the part that my opinion, so we're looking at these are like, we're looking at these as if they're actual stories, right? We're just going to go ahead and assume that they're real. I feel I understand where you're coming from, because I have definitely experienced burnout as a grown adult, taking care of my family and my mom and my brothers and things like that. So I get where he's coming from. The part that I do think is not right, and the part that I do think makes him the asshole, is this: I just want to feel some guilt because I don't love my family and like I don't actually care for them. That's the part that I think is not okay. I feel like you should have some care. Like, you know what? I am burnt out. I do want to live for myself. I do want to move away, but I feel bad because my mom has literally just got over this tumor and is not doing well healthily, health-wise, and my brother's autistic and technically she needs me, and I feel bad about that. Like, that's the part that I think is the asshole part, is that he feels no sadness or empathy or like anything towards the people in his, because it's not like his mom asked to have a tumor, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but it's also, well, I get what you mean, but I'm saying, like, what if that's not how their family is? What if there is no like that loving, caring nature in this household, that environment? So there isn't like there isn't really a.
But he says that in the story, right? He says, I know my family loves me, and my mom does have these conversations with me saying that like it will get better soon and we just have to stick together.
See, the part that bothers me is he expects, first off, as an 18-year-old to get a job and save for 2 to 3 months and then be able to run away from everything. And then the thing that tops that is they're going to move with their friend that is living by themselves. Why are they struggling? And if they're struggling, you're going to be Captain Save-A-Ho. And if you could be Captain Save-A-Ho to your friend that's struggling, why can't you do that for your family?
I had that same thought too. Yeah, about the friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I'm like, I think this guy kind of is an asshole because.
But wait, how big are her boobs? The friend that lives by herself. This is very important,
That's true.
Like, she might be able to clap without touching her hands together. You don't know these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some key factors that are missing.
There's a lot to unpack, and I think that there's a lot of stressors. Like, like you say, why can't, if he's going to be a Captain Save-A-Ho there, why can't he do it to his family? It's because maybe there's a little bit more like what
Cleavage?
I would call.
I was gonna say maybe he's getting a dick sucked, maybe the tits.
Yeah, but there's also like that freedom still. Like, you're working for yourself.
It's a choice. Yeah.
Like, you're working, like whatever money you have, you're enjoying it a different way. Whereas at home, it's almost like you're looking at it like a dead end street.
Would you do that?
No, I would stay home.
Okay.
But that's the Filipino in us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess different households are the same, but not every Filipino household is like that either.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna say what's it called, race or whatever, or nationality I think this guy is, but I'm guessing as he was growing up, he probably called his mom her first name.
Okay, so I have a scenario real quick that's similar to this, and I want you guys know your guys' opinion because it's actually happening in my family right now in the Philippines.
Okay.
So my aunt was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, right, and dementia.
Okay.
But she's not super bad level yet, right? She still like remembers you. She just is forgetful, et cetera, et cetera. And the house that she owns is her house, right? Like it's been in the family for a very, very long time. We've, obviously for us in the States have helped fix it up. It's nice now, et cetera, et cetera. My cousins, one male, one female, right? They have now put my aunt in a nursing home
In the
Philippines,
Okay.
and is paying buku money for her to be in a nursing home, and now have moved him and his wife into their home, into the mom's home, right? And basically, I want to say doesn't give a fuck about his mom anymore, right? Like left his mom, my aunt, in a nursing home to fucking rot because his wife told him to do that. Like his wife was like, I don't want your mom living here, we should just put her in a home. And the rest of us feel that he should have, because she's done so much for that family. She did a lot for her. She was a very good mom. Like she's a good person. She's done a lot for him, his kids, his wife. And they basically kicked her out of her own home, put her in a home, is paying a lot of money for this nursing home in the Philippines. And everybody's like, why didn't you just let her stay in the house and pay for a caregiver or something instead of spending all this money that you guys don't have because you guys don't want to see her or deal with her and you want to have your own home to yourself? Do you feel like that's an asshole move? And you can ask me questions for context too, because I feel like a lot of us are upset with him, and I'm trying to see the other side.
See, I look at it like this because my dad is not in great health. I don't want to put him in a home.
Yeah.
Because he's but he also doesn't suffer from the same things as as dementia or anything.
Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully yet or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's there is help that is now coming from like VA and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still tough because in the nursing home, he has 24/7 trained assistants, but he's bored.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a messed up thing that the decision was made by the wife to put her in the home. Now, if she chose to go to the home, I can understand that. If she chose to, because I know nursing homes are expensive.
Yeah.
If she chose to just go on a cruise for the rest of her life, that would be cool. It would just suck that if I wanted to visit, like if my mom and dad decided to do that, I would be like, oh, that's cool. You guys get to spend time together. You have trained professionals that are going to assist you whenever you need, but I do think that I can understand where it sucks on both sides.
Yeah. She didn't want to go.
Well, then, yeah.
And she's not like super bad yet either, which is why everybody was like, why did you do that? She's not even like, she still goes to the bathroom by herself, takes a shower by herself. Like she's not a lot to handle, she's just getting to that forgetful stage, or she's like a little agitated because she can't remember things, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to get your guys' opinion.
Do they have kids?
Yeah. 2 kids.
How often do they see grandma? Or how often is he and his wife visit, or
they don't.
The kids?
Which is why she's really sad. She's like, they just left me here to rot, basically. And that's also why my cousins and my mom's and her sisters, because that's their sister, obviously, they're all like, and the crazy thing is he is the last of our cousins that we thought would do that because he always appeared to be very sweet and things. and she's the oldest of all the sisters too, you know, so which is why she's like obviously having the most health issues. And everybody was just like, oh my God, he did that? What the hell? He did that? And then everyone found out that was like, it was his wife's like convincing him, and he kind of just like went with it. And
well, what was the convincing, like the reasoning? Like
she said that her reason at first when we were trying to figure out what happened was she said that she was getting really agitated and starting a lot of fights in the house, and that she couldn't handle it anymore. And so she told her husband, like, I can't take your mom anymore. Like, she's too much. But then when we talked to the doctor and when we talked to the nurses, they were like, it's really hard for us to believe that because she's literally the sweetest patient, one of the sweetest people here in the home. And we don't see that side of her ever. So we personally think that the wife is full of shit.
Yeah, I would say.
And just wanted to take the home and her shit.
Where were they living before that?
With the mom, in my aunt's house.
You said they moved in. Where were they living before?
No. Not that they moved in. They kicked her out, basically.
So this is the thing that is it your cousin?
Yeah.
Is the guy?
Mm-hmm.
The most important thing is that he needs to make sure that he divorces her while the house is still under his mom's name.
Yeah.
That way she can't claim anything.
Well, it's the Philippines. It's a different system. I mean,
and the thing that was even weirder, right, was so my brother and my mom just went to the Philippines. They just got back last week, right? And my brother was super excited to see my cousin, you know, because they don't see each other very often. And so it's like my aunt's house here, and then my other aunt, they're like all lived in the same little area. You know, their houses are all next to each other. And my cousin walked by my brother and was like, and my brother was like, what the fuck? Like, I haven't seen you in like years. And last time I came here, we were like BFFs, you know?
Yeah.
And I think there's like a shame that he's not admitting, you know, like he's shameful about what he did. So he doesn't want to talk to the family. And so my brother was like, dude, what the fuck is up with Kuya? Like, not only did he put auntie in the home, now he's not fucking talking to us. Like,
yeah,
he needs to be bullied.
That's what I think. I think
Hard,
he needs to ass whipping for sure. And then his sister, who's my
I volunteer
ate,
as tribute.
and his sister, who's my ate, like she's the oldest of all of us cousins. She also is just, she doesn't visit mom. She doesn't like, we're all like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with this? Like, what's wrong with these two kids? They just, I don't know. It's like out of left field. We're like, what the fuck? They're like all of a sudden these like selfish assholes that don't give a shit about their mom anymore. Like they took their mom's money and ran with it, you know?
I mean, there's probably something deep that's happening.
I think the thing is that he's being controlled by his wife.
I honestly think that because my aunt took a long time to like save, you know, because obviously like they're in the Philippines, so they can only be so rich, but they're well off for someone in the Philippines.
Yeah,
I feel like they you know how like here you hear a lot about adult abuse of like taking advantage of their money and fun.
Elderly abuse.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. I think that's what's going on.
But then the sister doesn't want anything to do with her mom too.
Well, that's because that's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying
the sister.
Those all could revolve around a simple problem, right? So there's only one common denominator. Your aunt. Like, let me play devil's advocate. What if there's certain things that was happening that you guys are completely unaware of? So to other people, to staff at the nursing home, she's perfectly sweet. At home, though, she could be a fucking terror that you guys just don't know because you guys are not there. There's a reason why the kids are distant from her while you guys aren't. It's almost like...
Well, I mean, yes and no, because my two aunts that do live there next door, you know what I mean?
Next door is not...
next door is...
Yeah, I know that, but also like...
There's been murderers next door to people.
Yeah. No. I know. I get what you're saying, but... Like I said, that's a whole nother can of worms. Like the sister's reason is completely different. She's estranged from the family already because she married our cousin. So that's a whole different, like, it has nothing to do with mom. She's just estranged from the family. So,
I mean, I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
There's obviously some stuff going on there that you guys might not necessarily know about.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, like, yeah, he's being controlled by his wife, but also, if let's just say, let me play devil's advocate again. Let's say she was like snotty and then like treating the wife as like a hired help, right, around the house. You can't have the husband has to pick a side.
Yeah. It's kind of like the first question.
But here's my thing, though, is like you can pick a side, but don't fucking kick her out of her own home that she paid for you guys for. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you can put her in a home, but you don't take her home. You know, like that's pretty fucked up to me.
Yeah, but where they gonna go?
But yeah, logically, if you do put her in a home, now you have a house.
Yeah,
I mean, like it's kind of like I agree with Rich's point of view too, because there are some things that like we just don't know. You know, because you guys know me behind the scenes. I'm a nice person. In front of the camera, I'm a jerkhead poopy face. You know what I'm saying? You guys also might think of me as a nice guy outside of, you know, the podcast, but then in a relationship, keep in mind, I'm the only one that's been single this entire time.
Yeah. Like, have you actually talked to your cousin, like one-on-one, like what's going on?
Yeah,
like,
a few. Not me personally, but a lot of us have.
Wait, have you talked to your aunt?
Yeah, they all talk to her. We've all talked to her. It's which is why, I mean, and my aunt doesn't say anything bad either. That's the thing that makes it even sadder. It's not like she's like, yeah, these motherfuckers, you know, da da da. She's like,
sometimes people are really good at. I've dealt with this with family in the Philippines, and sometimes, boy, you open up that Pandora's box, and sometimes it's like the kids will protect their mom too. So they'll stay their distance because they don't want to open up and say, "Oh, you know what? She used to abuse us."
No, my family's not like that. We don't have secrets in our family. Everybody talks. Like we know who's abused who and who's sexually assaulted who. And
no, the fact that he just waved hi, he's kind of distanced himself. Now that it's happening, he might be protecting somebody, whether it's his wife. It could be.
That's 100%.
But it could be his mom too, though.
No.
But the thing is, like, you're looking at it like you've already made up your mind.
No, I didn't. That's the thing. I'm not close with my aunt like that at all. So it's not like I'm like, oh, my aunt's the best person. And I'm not really close with my cousins either. So that's why they brought it to me, because they're like, you're usually the level-headed one that's always like, you see everything from everybody's side. So I'm not defending my aunt, but I am, because I am usually the one that's not in the drama, you know? So when they told me and I took all the factors from, especially knowing my family and things like that, I was just like, oh, wow, that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think the point that Rich is trying to make is that people see the choices that people make, but they don't see the choices that they had.
Well, like when the wife said she was doing this, and this, sometimes people just like, sometimes people just do it to one particular person. Like if that's how she felt in her own home, and she felt like she was abusive and stuff. People in front of strangers are very good at throwing down the facade.
Yeah.
well, but my thing is then don't live with her if you don't like her. Like, you are well off. You are well off enough to put your mom in a $13,000 fucking skilled nursing facility. Then go get your own house. You know what I'm saying? And
for me, I'd rather. For me, if let's just say, worst comes to worst, right? Like, there's been episodes of like outbursts and then things that I might seem dangerous. I wouldn't just pack out and leave my mom at her house. I would look to put her in a place where, as Vince says, they have the staff 24/7 to protect her in case that shit happens. And sometimes staff would just, like some nursing homes say, "Oh, she's perfectly good." That's because she can stay there and they're making money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if I wouldn't just leave and then leave my mom in her house all by herself with no assistance whatsoever.
Yeah.
well, that's the thing, is they could have gotten her assistance, right?
But not 24/7.
Not the same kind of care though.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from like, if you're going through dementia and you're going through that, there's always, medical staff that can be there. There's orderlies, there's CNAs, LVNs that can actually provide ample medical care. There's always a reason. And I'm not.
So if that was offered and they declined it, So then what's the reason?
What was offered?
Her to have 24-hour care.
By a nurse?
Yeah. Like an actual professional.
Well, I don't know if you think that your cousin is as well off as, because living in that 24/7, you only get that if you're a judge in Beverly Hills.
No, 24-hour care in the Philippines, they already got it quoted. It was like, I think like 6,000 less than what they were paying for the.
Oh, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I was imagining like Jeffrey at.
Well, that's here. You know what I mean? Over
Fresh
there,
Prince. Yeah.
like over there, people don't get lots of jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I think like there's probably more than enough nurses because all Filipinos want to be a nurse. You know what I mean? So there's probably those few, which is my guess, is there's probably some nurses out there that were like, oh yeah, I need a 24-hour job. I can't find a job at a hospital right now. You know what I mean? So that is what I'm assuming. I don't know that for sure, but I just heard that they offered it to them. They declined it. They wanted to put her in a home. They would rather not even see her or deal with her. And I was just kind of like, that's like kind of really fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, all right. Well, that's the end of that. People are assholes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's. I think that's